Okay, amazing day, amazing day, amazing day. Let's get started.
Amazing day, family. Amazing day.
All right. I've been playing the rhythms to get you funky and footloose this morning. You get me? Yeah. So listen, as you know, I'm trying to be here on the charts at 7 a.m. trading. I am currently in a GU sell. Okay. Which is going well. It's a couple grand up, and it's at, my target is down here at this blue line. Why is that my target? It's my target because it's session lows, all right, Asian session lows. I actually think what we might do is go straight past it, which would be great. All right. Why am I in the trade? Well, I'm in the trade because Asian session came and pushed up in here and then had a reaction, okay, but that Asian session left, that imbalance was taken, but it left a lovely manipulation M on a bigger time frame and on a smaller time frame. You could have had both entries. You could have had the entry from here, all right. If you can't see it, here is a, try and turn the brightness up a bit, all right. You could have had an entry from here if you're stuck above the highs, or there was a smaller manipulation M that I could see in here, and that was actually the one I picked. Okay, have a look. It was actually the one I picked. It's kind of in here, in this area where I saw some displacement. Remember, you're always looking for displacement. Yeah, let me say that one more time. You are always looking for displacement. Let me stop this music car. It's got me tapping my feet and all them things there. 1 second. Let's go a little bit more. Let's go here. Let's see what happens here. Yeah, we'll just do that. All right, so like I said, I was interested in here, this area here, this displacement. Here was another area of interest from here, covering all the way to the top. I went here, okay, from here to here, and it was a beautiful entry, you see. Market pushed down straight away after tapping into that. Did a little hokey cokey to close some imbalances, but at the moment that market is down here, going towards my target, okay, going towards my target, and I'm gonna. It's just, you know, we just broke some structure. You might see a little retracement in here, but I want to see this market pushing down into here and for a 1 to 10 trade with ease, easy peasy. All right. So I'm watching it. It is doing well. For full transparency, I do have 2 positions in that GU. I have two I scaled in. So let's see what it does and pushes down in. Now let's understand how we can look at some other pairs. There was some other. I'll tell you what, I'm having a dilemma with gold. All right. So we can go and look at my dilemma with gold. All right, and we will keep our eye on the GU. Hopefully it doesn't do anything to surprise me. I haven't seen any news. There's no shocking news that's supposed to be happening. All right. So let me make sure, in fact, let me quickly do something. Let's close that, but let's make sure that I get an alert when we hit my target with the GU. I'm not sure if I put an alert on it. All right. Now, the reason why I'm here at 7 o'clock, at great detriment to myself, to be fair, because I actually want to be in the gym. All right. And I want to get back here. Well, I'm in the habit of, I should say, being in the gym and getting back here for 8, all right? I do have an alert there. But I want to be here for London Open. I've seen our strategy. I've seen our plays play out multiple times. Well, all the time, all right? And, you know, being here for 7 a.m. is beneficial to my trading. All right. It is something I want, I want to be here for 7 o'clock. All right. I'm going to try and have to see a way I can work things into my life. Now, what's my point? Why am I saying that? I'm saying at the end of the day, guys, I'm looking at my trading like a business. Yeah. I have to be there on time. All right. It's no point me turning around and swagging in late into the office when all the actions already happened whilst I was, on the bus or the train on the way there. If the action happens at a certain time, you need to take this as a business. You need to be at the charts at that time. If you don't want to, that's fine. You'll get to the charts and all the high probability moves would have played out, and you'll be sitting down and you'll be forcing it. All right. You'll be forcing it, trying to force an entry, trying to look at certain things, trying to get in the market when you're not supposed to be getting into the market, etc., etc. All right. Other high probability times includes when New York opens. All right. Around about 2:30 for us in the UK. You're going to be on your charts beforehand, marking up areas of interest, liquidity areas you think the market's going to go to. And you should be there thinking to yourself, okay, you're ready to get involved and get into these trades. Okay. Also, there is a New York PM session, which is from about 6:30. Okay. A little bit less predictable, a little bit less, of a great time, but there is some volume that comes in the market there, and there is ability for you to be able to get involved around about that time. So these key times, but for me, really, it's London at 7, New York at 2:30. All right. Now, what you see happening is Asian sessions playing out. Let's have a look at these charts and so you understand the sessions better. You have Asian session, this is red session playing out. You see, Asian session. Where is that over? It's kind of like from, your midnight. Sorry guys, your midnight to like 6 o'clock, and then from 6 a.m. you get Frankfurt opens overlapping, and then you get London opening at 7 a.m. Why is I don't know what my time? Oh yeah, that's it. At 7 a.m. All right. Then you have this power zone, this kill zone. All right. So it's like a couple hours. It's like a few hours. Yeah. So from when it opens. All right. Now, is there other times that you can take trades? Are you going to see moves slightly outside of that time? Of course you are. You are. All right. I'm not going to tell you and say you ain't. You are going to see moves. Look at this. Here, London session here ended just about here. But to be fair, you could have got in that move beforehand. All right, you could have got in that move beforehand. But either way, look, London session ended here about 10 o'clock, and then the market ran all this time in between London and New York. Could you have caught that move and done something? Of course you can. All right. So, but the point is that, you want to have some rules to restrict your trading. Yeah, so that you're not trading in low probability times. Right. And that's the only reason why we're talking about this New York session here, this London session here. Then there is this little area here, which is New York PM session. All right. And then obviously this red box is Asian session, which ultimately you'll be sleeping more time out of 10. And really the US markets are going to be pretty sideways. Yeah, there's just not enough volume in there. So more times out of 10, they're just a bit sideways. Do you want to be trading with the market just trickling backwards and forwards really slowly? Probably not. All right, probably not. You could trade different markets that may move better in the Asian sessions, like Asian markets. Yeah, that's a possibility. But if you're thinking about trading GU, US 30, gold, all these markets that have that big USD in one side of the pair, you want to be trading when it's popping. All right, you want to be trading then when it is going off. All right, it's no point you getting involved when things are just dragging. Yeah, things are just trickling around. Some whale comes in the market and he does something and it just moves the market. And you don't it's unnecessary. You want to be there when everything's active. All the security guards are there. All the DJs are there. Drinks are flowing. Yeah, that's when you want to be there. It's no point getting there when man are setting up or getting there at the end when man are going home. All right. So with that said, All right, that should give you a very good outline of the times that you want to trade. Now you got to start asking yourself, can I be at the charts at 7 a.m. with my current lifestyle? Can I be at the charts at 2:30 with my current lifestyle? Can I be at the charts with slightly lesser, key time, but at 6:30 with my lifestyle to see if I can catch anything? If you can't, in the US markets, which is everything, like I said, with that shares a USD pair, okay, USD shares the USD in the pair, I should say, then you may have to look at trading different markets. All right, so let's look at some other markets, but you have to understand, even though it might have it won't have a USD in the pair, it's still the United States, because it's the biggest market in the world, that may move that pair, which is the issue. So if we go, for example, we go and look at EU, all right? Let's go and have a little look at EU, all right? EJ, apologize, not EU, EJ, Euro JPY. And we're thinking to ourselves, Japanese yen, and therefore, we might be better off trying to trade this in our Asian sessions. Well, maybe. Here we've got some, significant movement in our Asian session. The market was active. Some stuff was happening in our Asian sessions here. We can go look at other pairs that that are tradable at a different time. But do you want to be trading at midnight, 12 o'clock? Probably not. You've probably had work. You've probably had things to do. You're probably quite tired. All right. So, for me, you've seen the Americans, sometimes they've got to be up at all times. They've got to be up at all times in the morning to try and trade in certain sessions, because this is how it is for them. All right. We're lucky. We don't necessarily have that issue. Okay. Like I said, I am in this GU, and I've broken down why I'm in it. And I'm trying to see if we're going to get down to our target here. We did break some structure over here. And whenever we break structure, I'm expecting a potential retracement. But what it might do is that structure may then become a previous battlefield. Okay? Kind of like in here. Like a previous battlefield. Meaning that we might see the market come back, dance around back on it, before continuing to push down, which is what I'm hoping for, to get to this blue line. All right. Unfortunately, I can't give you guys the trade because it's already happened. But what I can say is I'm actually hoping that we melt straight through this level and keep pushing down. Let's look at this market on a higher time frame, larger time frame. All right. Let's see what's going on with it. So if I can hide some stuff, let me go and hide certain things. Let's hide the speech bubble. Great. And I really like to hide some other things as well, but I want to hide all of these rays. Let me put them all in a group. All in a group. All in a group. All in a group. You can go in a group. Where else? Where are they hiding? You can go in a group. What am I doing right now? I'm holding control and I'm selecting the different drawing tools, or drawing elements, I should say. And then I'm going to hold shift, put them all in a folder. And then with one click now, yeah, I've missed some, you see? So let's put this guy in here as well. Let's put these two in there as well. They're hiding. Come on. It's not scrolling up with me, which is annoying. But 1 second. So this is how, understand how to use TradingView. You do have this element here which breaks down all the elements that you have on your screen. If you're really, really neat, let's say imagine that you only trade one pair and you've done your markup and everything's really, really neat, then you can put everything in nice little folders, label them. You can do that. All right. Obviously, I'm not very neat and I'm just out here. Yeah. But have a look. This is my opinion of this market. Is that we're right up. We came right up against this higher time frame Russian doll ceiling. Okay, I want to be bearish in GU, as I've been saying, and we saw a reaction from there. Okay, if I go to my just go 4 hour, we saw a reaction from there, you know, from up here. This would have been a great place to sell from. All right, especially if we saw what we're looking for. Okay, and the market started to push down in here, making some lower lows, lower highs, lower lows, lower highs, lower lows, lower highs. Okay, and then we're down here now. Price is broken outside of this little range here, which this is what I'm expecting it to do. I'm expecting it to break outside that range and go here, and I'm hoping that happens today. All right, it may not. Okay, but I am hoping that it happens today, because then that market will be pushing down into these levels, breaking this structure and giving me that energy that maybe we might see a little bit of bearishness from this market, trying to target some of these equal lows. All right, some of these equal lows. That's what I'd like to see. At the moment we are low in this range, but because we've tapped in here, we've come in either way. On a smaller time frame, I'm trading our daily opportunity. All right, I don't know if right now it's going to go and bust through and all that kind of, I mean, I'm hoping it does. Okay, but I don't know it's going to do that. All right, now if it does, then fantastic. If it doesn't matter to me, because I was able to take an opportunity just based upon liquidity, and that opportunity is currently it's gone backwards a little bit. It's currently like 1600 up. All right, that's GU positions. All right, I'm cool with that. I just want it, as we've taken this, you know, pushed up above here and grabbed some liquidity. Okay, I just want this market to push all the way down, and at the moment it's pushing the wrong direction. But what I want it to do is I want it to push down and give me I'm just gonna take some profits off the table first real quick. Bear with me. All right, I want it to continue pushing down. Basically, I want it to continue pushing down and give me that go for that TP. All right, but at the same time, I don't want to marry my trade and put it down to my ego, and I want it to do this and I want it to do that, and it should do this and it should do that. I want to make sure that I'm always in a position to take profits. I'm always taking my profits when they're given to me. But ultimately, my target here in this GU is down here. Let me see if I accidentally put the stuff in here. Yeah, my target is that, you know, that blue line. Having a bit of a retracement right now, which is annoying. Okay, but you know, if I'm calm and I'm patient, I'm expecting the market to turn around anytime now. All right, and push back down, because like I said, there is a previous battlefield around about this area here, and I'd like the market to just, you know, investigate it. It's what it's doing at the moment, and then continue to its destination and beyond. So I do want to be patient. All right, I don't want to be here with my ego saying, yeah, I know it's going to do certain things. I have made it risk-free and rolled off some profits already. Okay, but at this stage, you know, I'd like to see this market turn around. Okay, if it went and pushed and did something completely crazy and pushed all the way up another air, I would be disappointed. But it is what it is. It is what it is. All right. But yeah, I mean, I think we're gonna get down here, even though the market's kicking back right now. I got faith. Yeah, I got faith that we get down there. All right. But I do want to see some price action soon, showing me that it's had enough. It's exhausted with this little retracement. It wants to make some bearish engulfing candlestick patterns and wants to start going to hell. That would be great. Okay. Let's have a look at gold real quick. I'm going to put some alerts in here just to keep me wise to what's going on. 1 second, just to keep me wise to what's going on. All right, so let's have a look at gold and tell you what my dilemma was with gold, and see if you can see it also. All right, see if you understand why I'm saying that there was a dilemma with gold. All right. So giddy gold. All right, gold for me. All right, gold for me is our potential discounted area over here. Okay, but also gold came up here, pushed down here, then it made higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high. Then it made a retracement, made lower low, lower high, lower low. Then it started coming up here, and it failed to make a higher high. This here failed to make a higher high. All right. So my concern is when it failed to make a higher high, it did make a big old. What did it make? What's my favorite? It's my favorite little pattern. It's my favorite little pattern that I like to see these markets make right now. All right. It did make a big old manipulation M pattern. It's not the greatest looking in that time frame, to be fair. Okay, over here, and look at the markets. So this is a couple 2 hour time frame. Big old manipulation M here, right at the top, after grabbing some liquidity from previous sessions. Okay, and then the market came right in and tapped in beautifully, exactly where it's supposed to tap in, right at the break of that middle structure, and started running bearish, pushing down here, making lower lows. All right, wicking all the way down here, making a little retracement. So the question is right now is, though this market seems to be right on this blue Russian door, which is a discount, there's this bearish energy coming down into these levels. All right, now if I drop my time frame down, I'm thinking to myself, rah, it's gold. I want to be buying gold. It might be a great opportunity to get in for a buy for gold. You know, the market's here. This is Asian session, pushed all the way up. All right, through that Asian session, through Frankfurt, and came and took a previous London session high over here. All right, so therefore, you know, if I drop my time frame down, I'm going to look right at the top here, the peak where we took those highs, and see if there's anything of interest to me. I'm going to go all the way on my 1 minute time frame, and you see on my 1 minute time frame, you know, I can see this manipulation M right here after liquidity was taken. Can you see it? Somebody tell me you can see it as well. I hope I'm not the only person with the vision. All right, you can see that manipulation M, you know, sitting here. Now, yes, there was a little spike beforehand, but I look for my manipulation M with a displacement. You see? So this spike is a bit of a, I'm just tricking you. Liquidity was above here. The markets came and took that liquidity, made this manipulation M with displacement. Okay? Displacement is that candle, and see a big old candle, some imbalance. And look how the market tapped in beautifully. All right? And since then, the market's been running bearish. Okay, my dilemma is this: yeah, it's running bearish. We've got that liquidity from this session, and is this market, if we're saying from here it's taking some liquidity, does this market want to run all the way down here and come and get liquidity from down here below the Asian sessions? You know, or does it want to come and sit back down on this break of structure level here? Okay, where it broke this massive structure. If I go to 5 minutes, yeah, where it broke this level in here, boom, to push up, to break previous structure. Is it want to just come and check back in on its comrades? Because we're at the, you know, we come from this discounted area, and then the market decided it wants to start pushing up in here. Obviously, you could still go into this trade for the sell because it was, you know, very small within the session, done what it needed to do, gave us our manipulation M. But now my dilemma is this market going to keep running all the way down here to come and get this liquidity down here? Or are we going to come back on this previous battleground over here? Previous battleground, yeah? And then are we going to start seeing the market deciding that it wants to start pushing up out of this discounted area? Yeah? You know, we've seen the market have a reaction from this discounted area in the past. Boom, pushed up in here. Is this just the other little tap in again? before it goes. Yeah, you know, is that market doing this? Yeah, so it came in here, tapped in, and now it's made a higher high. It's going to make a higher low in here. Let me do some dots, because the dots normally help our eyes, right? It's tapped in here, and it's tapped in here. Is it going to tap in here, making a higher low before making higher highs, going after some of these liquidities? That's my dilemma at the moment with it. Or is this market want to run all the way down here because it wants to do something else and wants to break out of this bigger Russian dough? It's my dilemma. So I'm going to be watching gold like a hawk. At the moment, it is, you know, making a little bearish push into here. Have a look. He's making a bit of a bearish little run in here. So maybe it's not finished. It ain't quite got to that previous battlefield yet. So I'm going to be looking closely, drawing my trend lines, understanding breaker structure. Yeah. Looking at the time frames that we're trading in and seeing whether gold starts to break structure here and do something, and then I may try and get in for the smallest possible entry I can do, which on gold might be quite big. All right, to be able to get involved if this market pushing up like this. But you know, I want to see some liquidity taken first, or I want to see it at least come and close up this imbalance, because on the 1 minute time frame it doesn't look like an imbalance, but on the larger time frames we're seeing imbalance in here. Okay, 5 minute time frame we can see imbalance, 15 minute time frame we can see imbalance, and then we can see this kind of battlefield. It's a bit of a mess. It's kind of in here. There's a bit of a mess. It's not very clean to say, yep, this pinpoint right here. Just a bit of a mess in here. So this whole area we can see, I've just got this little gray box. It's the kind of mess area, previous battlefield, that I've got my eye on, thinking to myself, if I can see some nice price action, bullish engulfing candlestick patterns, breaks of structure, indication, correction, continuation coming out of this area, I may be looking to get involved with a buy, because I think that this gold market, you know, is at a discount, and it's gold. And if I see gold at a discount on my high street, in the market, you know, in my local jewelers, I may be ready to buy. I might be like, yep, damn, gold's at a discount. It's cheap, it's gold. Okay, anybody says to me, I like a bit of gold. I just watched Idris Elba, you know, documentary, spoke about gold being a store of value, and I want to buy. All right. Now, I'm not saying that's, you know, a be all and end all, because, you know, when we look at the structure here, looking at these bigger dots, you can see the market has, this is a high. Oops. You can see that this made a high over here, higher low. It just failed to make a higher high. So my concern is, this is the concern, like I said, is this market trying to do this? This is the concern. It's going to start doing this. Yeah, but at the same time, we're still at a discount, and I'm still watching price action. If it doesn't do that right now in that battlefield and it melts through it, so be it. This is what it is. All right. I'm just so concerned that we didn't break this high. I hope you understand my concerns, understand how I'm looking at the markets. I hope you understood why we got into that previous GBP USD trade. Okay. At the moment, I'm hoping that the GBP USD, have a look at it. Though it's gone backwards. You know, I'm no longer, well, sorry, I've rolled off some profits, but it's no longer as low down as it is. I'm hoping that right now, that previous battlefield in here, bear with me, oops, bear with me, all right, that previous battlefield in here, can you see here where the market was sitting on it, couldn't break it, and broke through it. Now we're back at it. Look, we're back at it, sitting here. So I'm hoping that we get a little, what we might do, what might happen here is we get a little spike up, and then like this, and then like this, and then to my target and beyond. This is what I'm hoping. Yeah, this is what I'm hoping. But it's not just pure hopium. We have taken profits. We have had a beautiful, beautiful entry, a beautiful trade based upon our strategy. And whichever way it goes, I'm happy. Okay? Whichever way it goes, I'm happy because profits have been taken. All right? Making sure everything's everything. Yeah? Profits have been taken. And you could do the exact same. Why? Because I teach you the exact strategy of how I got into this trade at the moment, and I'm, planning on getting a 1 to 10. All right. I can't see any reasons why the economic news is going to mess with it, and I just would like to see this play out here. Yeah. I'd just like to see the market break out of that little bit of energy. Maybe it's doing it now. Yeah, as we speak, maybe. All right, getting back up into those figures, all right, which is great. And now I want to see a call and get my target. Does anybody want to ask any questions about this? I think we'll just study this right now for the next 10-15 minutes of how and why I got in. Anyone want to ask me some questions?
No, I'm on the same thing on my chart right now, just analyzing still.
Good. So I understand when you're looking at it, it's like this. How I got into this trade was, here was Asian session, and we seen the market pushing up here, making this big manipulation M over here. All right. Now, even if we look at this liquidity, there was liquidity sitting here that the market took, and yeah, I could have been sitting there thinking to myself, the market's going to push all the way up in here, but the market broke beforehand through Frankfurt and left this big area here. All right, now I want to be bearish in GU, so when the market got back up into this area, I decided to take the trade from here. Now, was it a 10 out of 10 out of 10? No, I mean I prefer to see the market within the session, all right, within the actual session, create the manipulation M, yeah, or do the move, all right. But to be fair, within the session also, we saw a little about a breaker structure M over here. We saw a breaker structure. It's not as clean and nice here. Let me see. I'm sure on the time frame it was a lot cleaner. There you go. Yeah. So we can see here on a 3-minute time frame this manipulation M. Leg out wasn't great, but I was already drawn to here. This is where I was drawn to anyway. So this energy was already here drawn to. So when I saw the market push up in there, I was willing to hit that button with my stop above the high, because I knew I'd be wrong very quickly and be able to say, okay, well, that was a that wasn't correct. So I managed my risk and I got in there. Once I get in there, I leave that trade to do what it needs to do. And the trade actually pushed down, started looking great, and then wicked all the way back up, bring you back to zero. And then, and you've got to be in a position whereby, because you've managed your risk and you understand, what you've got yourself into, you have to be willing to let your trade do its thing. Some people walk away. Some people set alert. Like, say for example, right now I've got an alert on my TP. I'm in the trade. I've done what I need to do. It's risk free. Some people walk away, because if you don't, there is the tendency to fiddle. Yeah? Start becoming a fiddler. All right?
Yep, indeed.
And you start fiddling with it because you're like, oh my gosh, it's going back on me. It's like, and I hear you, but that's not, it's not scalable. It's not something you can continue doing. Like just being a fiddler out here, just fiddling with your trades. Do you understand what I'm saying? Yeah. And as you heard Jay said, yes, indeed. But this is just part of the journey. And this is what I'm saying to you. See, as I'm revealing more and more, and you guys are going, oh my gosh, I can see these manipulation M's. I can know where I am in discount and premium. I know I can see price action. I understand the strategy, blah, 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 blah. But then you go into another level of saying, okay, how do I set myself up to be able to get into the trades quickly for market execution? Now, when do I go and I go to my lot size calculator and calculate the risk, the lot size? Or, do I have to start placing limit orders because, I'm not that quick on the trigger. So therefore, let me place a limit order and do what I need to do. These are other elements that you need to work on. Then you're going to think to yourself, okay, now I'm in the trade. How am I with my trade management? Am I somebody who I can let my trade do what it's doing? Am I somebody who, I need to walk away? Like, these are all elements to your trading. Do you get what I'm saying? And this is why now it's great that you guys are all in the phase of actually having funded accounts or trading your own funds or doing whatever, because then you can start to work on these other elements. These are not elements that I can talk you through. These are not like, yeah, boom, 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 boom. These are things that you've got to experience. You got to be like, Jay, I've experienced it, I've felt it. You know what I mean? And if that means that you blow some accounts, you lose some money, well, it is what it is, guys. You know what I'm saying? Like, the Dominican girl lost, she came 12th, I think, last time in the Olympics. Yeah? Nobody cares now because she's the gold medalist, because she only needs to be the gold medalist once to tell everybody I'm an Olympic gold medalist. Yeah? So it's the same thing with your trading thing. You're going to go through that journey. That journey is not going to be that this first time you start to take your prop firm challenge, you're going to pass it and clear £1 million. It's not. I'm telling you, it's not. Even when you know what you're doing, even when you've, done this and done that, it's not going to be that. You're going to come across a new monster. And that monster is going to be the fact that, it may be the fact that you can't, you get so anxious when you take a trade. You start moving your stops, yeah, for good or for bad. He's got $100 risk. The trade starts coming towards him, minus 98. Man starts moving the stop up a little bit. Let me just move it a little bit back, a little bit up. Don't do that. Do not do that. All right?
I've noticed a lot of wicked slippage as well.
There you go. So you're thinking you're going to lose $100, and then you look down and you actually lost 130, 120, 111. Yeah, happens. Yeah, and then you can go and complain to the broker about, I'm still thinking this might do this, so I'm calm. All right. But yeah, you know what I mean? And the whole point is, like I said to you, the fact is this: if you've noticed it, there's nothing to stop you. So from the next time you take a trade, instead of putting $100 risk, that is $90, because you want to stick to that $100. There's nothing to stop you doing that. All of these things you've got to understand are within your control. They're within your power. And you have to take this trading thing like a business. It's not a game. Man, don't play trading. Yeah? You can play PlayStation and you can play, dominoes. You don't play trading. You trade. Do you understand? So therefore, you have to be in a position to take yourself as seriously as you want to be taken. And I'm telling you, if trading was paying your bills, or trading was taking you around the world, or trading was buying you big chain, big watch, you take it damn serious. Yeah? It's only because you're not at that point yet, yeah, is why you're mucking about. All right? And that's to do with times that you're going to be in front of the markets. That's to do with your risk. That's to do with not listening to Jay. That's like I said to you, there's certain times man will turn around and say to me, yeah, Jay, boom. Even the other day, G-Van was saying he's in the trade. And I was like, why? And he's like, I was like, well, that's not our strategy. So, the fact that you got away with it at the moment and it's doing something, I'm happy for you. But unless it's some different strategy that you're telling me that you've learned, and you're sticking to that strategy instead of ours, which is fine. Every man to their own. Doesn't bother me. Yeah. But if you can't tell me that and you're telling me that you're doing our strategy, I'm like, well, that's not our strategy, bro. So what are you doing? Because and it might sound like I'm being hard, it might sound like I'm being a little cold, but the reality, I know that whatever you are doing, it's not going to be, you can't repeat it. You can't do it again because you don't know what you did. Do you understand what I'm saying? Yeah. So at least, even if we took this trade and we saw the M and this, that, and the other, and we saw the breaker structure, and we saw indication correction continue, and then it stopped us out. But we understand that over time, if we continue doing that, that's going to be a profitable strategy. Like, that doesn't matter. It's not a problem with getting stopped out. Getting stopped out is part of this business. Yeah. I was listening to something, and it was like, I think it was like something on Instagram, and the guy's like, as traders, like blowing accounts and doing this, doing that, we don't care about that. That's just like, that's part of it. That's part of the hype, bro. Do you understand what I'm saying? Blowing accounts It's part of the hype. Like, you've even seen a surfer, when a surfer gets smashed to pieces by a wave, he comes out and goes, yeah, gnarly. You get what I'm saying? Like, what a rush. You get what I'm saying? That's what he's on. Yeah, it's part and parcel of you saying you're going to grab a surfboard that you know you're going to get smashed by a couple of waves. If you think that somehow that the best, or let's think, I remember back in the day, only because I remember there used to be a computer game, yeah, a guy called Tony Hawks, yeah. Anyone who know who Tony Hawks was? A skater, I think, skateboarder, one of them. Yeah, he had all computer games and them thing there. Mega Drive days.
Skateboarder, his no, Tony Hawk.
Yeah. Tony Hawks, yeah, skateboarder, entrepreneur. Yeah, I don't know why he just jumped into my head, but it is what it is. I'm going to use him. All right, is that if you think that just Donny here, yeah, Tony Hawks, when you see man taking the board and flipping 8 times in the air and landing, yeah, if you think this guy hasn't landed on his face pure times, yeah, you're wrong. He's landed on his face, on his head side, on his back, yeah, broke bones, I'm sure, yeah. But it's part and parcel of him turning around and saying he's a skateboarder. If he doesn't want to break bones, if he doesn't want to land on his face, if he doesn't want any of those things happening, you know what happens? You know what he does? He puts his skateboard down and goes and gets a book and sits down and he just reads books. He does something else. See, if you don't want to lose money, you don't want to go through the pain of your strategy, you know, you're going for a losing streak. You don't want to deal with all of these things. If you don't want to do those things, put trading down. Yeah, put trading down. Do something else. Yeah, but if you understand that these things are all possible, if you understand that this is part and parcel of the journey, okay, then let's just keep plodding on. Just learn from my mistakes in regards to managing your risk. Learn from my mistakes and from the instruction I give you in regards to managing your risk. Because taking a loss don't mean anything when you only lose $100. Yeah? What means something is if you're supposed to only lose $100 and you ended up losing, $500. Then that starts to become a problem. Then it starts to become like you're going to blow your account very quickly, bro. You're not going to achieve the things that you want to achieve. You're going to blow your account very quick. What did I say? I said we are looking out here to see whether we see any indication, correction, continuation, any breaks of structure, this market coming and tapping into the previous battlefield. We have seen an indication, 1 minute indication here. We have seen some retracement. And, you know, if I see this, I may choose. It's not the greatest, okay? It's not the greatest because it's on quite a small time frame and all of this noise is a bit noisy. But if I see a clean continuation over here, this candle closed in gold, I may choose to get into this trade. A safer place would be all the way below that area there. But I won't do that. I'll go in aggressive like so. All right, it's just the way I trade. And let me see how big that is. Let me zoom out because that's all the way over here. That says 333, 33, to be able, and then I'll go and work out my lot size roughly. So this is what I do from now. If I see the opportunity, a potential of opportunity, especially if it's something I'm not familiar with, if I've seen my familiar pairs, I know what they are in their head. And to be fair, I know what this gold is as well. All right, but I go and I confirm it with I got my little calculator. You can't see it, but on my other screen, I've got my cashback Forex calculator that I will go on there, and I will make sure that I know what my lot size is going to be. I will always go up more than it. So if my lot size, if I looked at it and I thought to myself, this is like 33, or if it may be obviously spread times 2, who knows? I'll just go and look at what does 40 look like, what does 35 look like as a lot size, just so if for example I see what I need to see, then I can say, you know what, cool, I know what my lot size is straight away and I can execute. And it's better that I'm bigger than I'm right to the number, because if I'm right to the number with my spread and with the execution time and with all the delays and whatever it may be, it might be the case that by the time I hit my button in here, I'm over what I want to risk. And like I said, if I'm taking this as a business, I want to see all of my losses to be the same number. Let me say that one more time. You should be able to go into your history and every single one of your losses are the exact same number. If you go back through your history and your losses are looking like $100 here, $400 here, $700 here, $200 here, $300 here. Nothing should be as big as $100. Maybe you've got some of them that are zero because you broke even, all right, or around that figure, because obviously sometimes it's slippage or whatever it may be. But all of your losses should be around at max, if it's that $100 or if you're at $1,000, depending on where you are on your journey. That is a clear indication. If you go through your history and their losses are random, like you're supposed to ask somebody that doesn't know your trading plan, what is my risk? You're supposed to pull up your history and go, look at this Excel spreadsheet. What do you think my risk was? They should be able to see just by the cluster of L's, of reds that are all around $100, for example. They should be able to say, looks like you're risking around about $100 at a time. Correct. And if they look at your history and it just looks mad, how are they going to know that it's, that you're roughly risking $100? That is a clear indication to me, to anybody, to a hedge fund. If you went to a hedge fund and you was like, yeah, I want to trade, these are my previous results, have a look at my equity curve, they'll look at your losses and go, what is your risk? What was your risk in every time? If you can't explain to them why you've lost $300 or $3,000 here and then $8,000 here and then $22,000 here and then $1,000 here, then we're like, what are you on, bro? Are you just, what are you doing? Like, what's really going on? All right. You have to be pretty clear on your risk. Yeah. And like I said to you, this is the next level. This is you leveling up. This is you turning into a big boy in trading, and now being able to not only know the strategy, know your edge, is to be able to manage and get into certain things. Like I said, this trade here isn't a 10 out of 10, and I'm actually a bit concerned. I'm not I'm in the trade. I'm just saying this little idea here. Really, this, let me see, is more comfortable of a stop. All right. But like I said to you, I've been battling with what I think this trade wants to do, and I don't know, to be fair, so I should leave it alone. I don't need to get involved in it. I do not need to get involved in it. I'm involved in GU. I don't need to get involved in this. However, I'm watching it. All right. Any questions, guys? Any questiones?
Is there any news today? Anything that could affect the markets?
Nothing I see popping scheduled. I haven't seen, there's nothing scheduled that is too dramatic. So it could be a nice calm day of trading. Do we care about calm days? Do we want calm days? No, I mean, as day traders, we kind of want.
Sorry to interject, everybody. Listen, sentiment is playing a massive part to the market moving at the moment. Yeah, so be aware of what's going on around the world. Yeah, because the market moved because of data points and sentiment. As I said, the market panicked. It's rebounded. However, the market's still on tenterhooks. The VIX went to 60. Yeah, the volatility index rate indexes due to the fact the indexes were dropped off 10%. So just watch out for sentiment. Know who's talking today. Yeah, anyone important talking. Yeah, if the person is important and the market moves, you know why the market moves. Yeah, there may not be a lot of news today, but sentiment is playing a massive part to this market moving at the moment. There's a thing coming on end of the month called Jackson Hole. That's where the central banks gather together with business leaders. Yeah, watch out for that as well, because that moves the market massively. Again, it's about sentiment, who's talking. Yeah, right. It's not all you. Sometimes you can't see the red folder news. Yeah, because the red folder news is sentiments and someone talking. So understand what's going on around the world, understand what's going on, who's speaking today. Just be aware of that.
Thank you so much. Very, very good advice. The GU has kicked back further than I wanted it to. All right. Look, we're over here in this kind of area here. I still think that we're going to get down here. I think there may be an opportunity. I can't, if we see indication, correction, continuation where we want to go, to get back down here. Alternatively, I'm just looking at this. Where could this market decide it wants to keep going? Let me get rid of some of these lines.
Jay, sorry to interject again, my brother. Yeah.
Let's go, bro.
From what you're saying, there's some low impact news. Now, I've got all the news, low impact media, because low impact news does move the market as well. Yeah, don't let that fool you. Yeah, right. Regards to GU, there's some mortgage stuff at 12 o'clock. It may move before that because obviously that's a few hours from now, but that will move the GU pair slightly. Yeah, right. So yeah, there's a couple of things coming off. Oh, sorry, not mortgage rate. Yes, it is at 10 o'clock. Yeah, BBA mortgage rate. So I was looking at the US one. At 10 a.m., there's low impact news. Yeah, and also 5-year Treasury gilt auction. That will move GU pairs at 10 a.m. So just be aware of that, Jay. So you may be right. It may go down. It may go down after 10 o'clock.
Perfect. Well, that's going to keep me on my toes. Because this could have gone straight away to where we wanted to go. But unfortunately, we've kicked back on it. It's no problem. I rolled off profits. It's completely risk-free. It just didn't give me as much as I wanted to give me. But I'm going to be keeping an eye on it. All right. I'm definitely going to be watching it, seeing what it may or may not do. There is also I tell you what, I did identify this, all right, sorry, let's just quickly touch on this for 5 minutes, all right, because I've just been triggered into this, which is why my alert's ringing. I identified this with displacement, okay, and I had a limit order sitting in that in the markets here. All right, now we have tapped in and I've had a reaction to it. It is in the blue straight away. However, I've got some reservations also. Okay. So my reservations, obviously I'm trading liquidity and understanding certain things, but this market has been making higher highs, higher lows, higher highs, higher lows. Yeah, and it might decide it wants to come and take this liquidity up here. So what I'm going to do, to be fair with that position, is I want to protect myself as quickly as possible because I don't love it. All right, I just realized that I'd been triggered into it. Okay, now this market here, which is US 30, is down in a discount in my opinion, which is even more reason why, like I said, I don't really love it. So we may see a little reaction from that tapping into that manipulation M, which is kind of what we're seeing. All right, but for me, I'm not getting excited by it. I'm just looking at it like I'll have a reaction. I can take a quick snipe, get some money. All right. But yeah, I'm going to be watching it closely because ultimately I think this market is in a discount. It's been making higher highs and higher lows and higher highs and higher lows. And, the next step might be pushing up and making a higher high. I don't like it so much that I've already made it risk-free. All right. And that was just because I unfortunately, oversight, because I was here teaching. That's why I looked over and I was like, okay, I can hear my alerts ringing that I had this limit order put in here. But, upon review, I don't love it. All right. Even though it tapped into a nice breaker structure, I'm thinking to myself, this market might decide it wants to come up in here, which would make more sense. Why would it make more sense? Look at these dots. Yeah, it would make more sense. We can see liquidity there also. All right. And also, if we look at it from another perspective, indication, correction, continuation. All right. The 5-minute time frame, we've just got an indication above some of this structure here, this previous high, which is about here. On a smaller time frame, if I go to 1 minute, we've had an indication just here, and this could be a correction. closing above here could be a continuation or smaller, more aggressive entry. So though I had this in here, whenever I was looking at it, you know, upon review, I don't love it. Why don't I love it? Because of location. Not because I can't see, you know, it's break instruction M with displacement. It's just like, for me, like, yeah, we may have a reaction first. I'm telling you, this market might roll off to here, but I'm still, like I said to you, I'm not in love with it. All right, I am not in love with it. So we'll see what happens with it. Yeah, guys, amazing day. Thank you very much for your presence. Let's go and put something on that we can maybe learn something from. For those of you who is at home, like and subscribe and blah, 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 and blah, blah, blah. All right, let me do that.